Hello, good evening and welcome to the business news segment on News 360. My name is Martin Asiedu Data, and here, your business is my business. To the details now, and Ghana accrued close to $136 million in revenue from crude oil lifts from the Jubilee field in the second half of last year. This was contained in the Ghana Petroleum Fund's report for the second half ending December 31, 2015.
Ghana has so far received more than $100 million from the 28th crude oil lifting on June 30, 2015 and 29th lifting on September 9, 2015. Proceeds of the 30th lifting on December 8, 2015 will be received and distributed in the first half of this year. The report further reveals government has withdrawn more than $71 million from the Ghana Stabilization Fund. This might possibly be due to the shocks the economy has received due to the consistent fall in the price of crude on the world market. Allocations to the Ghana Heritage and Ghana Stabilization Funds were close to $22 million. $6.5 million out of the total amount was allocated to the Ghana Heritage Fund and more than $50 million to the Ghana Stabilization Fund.
In other business news tonight, the Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters wants government intervention in the improvement of long-term finance for SMEs. According to the Federation, the high interest rates on long-term funds for SMEs serves as a disincentive in assessing them.
Given the significant contribution of SMEs to the economy, there is the need to facilitate access to long-term finance to improve their trade and investment capacity. Long-term finance for SMEs in Ghana comes through either a government official scheme such as EDIF or through lending by the banks.
Without long-term financing, our productive sector will collapse. And if that happens, most people will just give up production and involve in trade, and that is not good for the economy, because all the issues about the cedi continue depreciating against the major currencies is the fact that we don't export enough to generate the needed foreign exchange.
With varied sources of finance available, SMEs still do not get the required long-term finance they need.
In the areas of production, research and technology, marketing, we needed development financing because we couldn't continue to pay interest rates of 26% to 35% on such activities. It would make the companies bankrupt. In some countries, they are now offering negative interest rates to their private sector, like Japan, for instance. In other words, when you borrow from the banks, you pay back less than you borrowed. That is where they've reached. We are not asking for that. We are asking for lower interest rates directed at development financing.
But does lack of confidence and inability to manage the operations effectively account for SMEs' inability to repay loans?
Structuring your business would mean that you have to become maybe a limited liability, a partnership, or some kind of legal structure that would allow others to own part of your business comfortably. So I think that is one of the main ways. The second way is that I think business should prepare your accounts, prepare your processes. Anybody who comes in should be able to see transparently where you are going, what is happening in the business.
At a time when the country is battling with rising imports, efforts towards increasing the capacity of SMEs to expand and increase in production and exports is an urgent economic imperative.
Now, Enterprise Insurance has paid over 6 million cedis to victims whose businesses were affected during the June 3 disaster. The insurance company paid a visit to some of the affected business entities.
Two major clients of Enterprise Insurance in the North Industrial Area, whose businesses came to a halt after the June 3 flood, are back in business. The Worldwide Health, a pharmaceutical company whose premises was affected by the floods, destroying their pharmaceutical stock and offices, was re-established with over 290,000 cedis by Enterprise Insurance.
Risk is a part of life. Until we can get to the stage where we are absolutely certain of the day-to-day happenings, we will need insurance. Nobody plans for accidents, but you need to plan against accidents if you don't want to be a victim. Until we get to the stage where we can absolutely predict the future, we will need insurance. And that's where enterprise insurance comes in.
A tour to the premises revealed completed renovation works. According to the financial controller of Worldwide Health, Venkataraman, they were back in business within few weeks of making their claim. Almost 6 million cedis claim payment was also made to the Mohanani Group, who owns household brands including KFC, Polytank, Somovision, Electromat, and 6 other companies. Most of these products that were stored in their warehouse were damaged.
The speed with which the company reacted was very commendable. It took a couple of months to tidy up all the due diligence and assess the damages, and that's the time it took for us to start getting an initial payment and then a final payment within a few months, which was pretty fast.
Presently, more claims are being paid by enterprise insurance to both individual clients and larger companies affected by the floods to re-establish their businesses.
Now, the Ghana Standards Authority and Customs say they cannot vouch for the quality of used imported spare parts into the country. These and other damning revelations were captured in a documentary on the upsurge in sale of scrap spare parts in Abosokan here in Accra. Now, the full documentary will be telecast on Thursday, February 18 at 5:30 on TV3's Between the Lines.
We cannot guarantee the spare parts that are being brought into the country because they are used already.
Ours is just to identify the commodity, how to treat it according to the tariff, the duty to collect, the correct duty to collect and where to place it, and then the quantities, and we allow it to pass. There is no standard.